For years, religious leaders have been in search of a theory that can disprove evolution. The story of Adam and Eve is thought to contradict the idea that we are a primate species that has slowly evolved by adapting to conditions. However, modern science fully supports evolution and has not produced any data that could demonstrate it to be false. As a result, one encounters either religious individuals who claim that science may offer different explanations tomorrow, or those who express that the story of Adam and Eve is actually a metaphor. Alongside these discussions, another hypothesis offers an alternative perspective on the origins of humanity, the ancient astronaut theory. This theory argues that humans were not evolved by natural selection, but were instead consciously enhanced by a highly advanced extraterrestrial civilization. The ancient astronaut hypothesis stands out as an approach claiming to disprove evolution. In simple terms, the ancient astronaut or alien god hypothesis suggests that humans are the product of an experiment. It claims that another extraterrestrial civilization, technologically far superior to ours, came to this world and quickly evolved a simple primate species into Homo sapiens, civilizing them in the process. All the deities we worship, such as Zeus, Osiris, Odin, and Enki, are, in fact, aliens who instructed humanity in constructing Göbekli Tepe, the pyramids, and even discovering skills like metallurgy, tailoring, sorcery, and writing. Among the proponents of this hypothesis are writers like Erich von Däniken and Zachariah Sitchin. The Ancient Aliens documentary series on History Channel has also played a significant role in popularizing this idea. However, when one examines this theory superficially, it may give the impression of merely being a conspiracy theory. Yet, if myths and holy texts provide stories that support this hypothesis, the situation changes. All mythologies reference beings larger and more powerful than humans, referred to as titans. In ancient Egypt, gods were depicted with far larger physiques than humans. This representation may have been used to describe the status and position of these deities. Indeed, they were believed to be larger than humans. In Greek mythology, the gods living on Olympus are also depicted as much larger and more powerful than humans. Sumerian mythology claims that the gods are giant beings because they are divine and superior to humans. Even in the Torah, the book of Genesis states that before the flood of Noah, heavenly beings had sexual relations with humans, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim, beings that are half angel and half human. According to the verses, these beings are known as important heroes, such as Hercules and Perseus. The fact that they are named Nephilim, which means giant in Hebrew, cannot be dismissed as a mere coincidence. Significant information about these beings and their giant nature can also be found in apocryphal texts, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Book of Enoch. According to belief, the primary reason for the flood of Noah was the corruption of these beings. That humans could engage with angels indicates that these celestial beings resemble us closely enough for sexual relations. The answer to this has long been provided in the various mythologies. Humans are created in the image of the divine. The Torah begins with the plural address of God saying, "Let us make man in our image." The Quran also states that Allah created humans from his light. While many may interpret these statements metaphorically, for a historian of religions, the situation is quite clear. These texts admit that the divine has an anthropomorphic nature. This is not merely an allegorical expression of the idea that humans are intelligent and conscious beings like God. The deities of mythologies are nothing other than a type of alien species that completed their evolution and civilization processes long before us. In Greek mythology, Zeus is said to have transformed into various bodies to impregnate human women multiple times. In Mesopotamian mythologies, gods are also engaged in the special creation of important figures known as demigods. Egyptian mythology even claims that the pharaoh is a special reincarnation of a god. Major gods are said to have ruled the earth as kings in ancient times, but withdrew to the heavens after humanity reached a sufficient level of development. It seems that nearly every mythology speaks of supreme beings who taught humanity in its earliest stages. Sometimes these beings are referred to as Prometheus, other times as Hermes, or Idris or Enoch. As humanity advanced, the belief spread that these beings had endowed us with the ability to stand on our own feet, and that they now only observed us from above. Thus, ancient gods either gained names shrouded in the concept of a supreme being, or continued to be worshipped as the parents watching over us from the heavens, providing us with different teachings. As thousands of years passed and various wars intermingled our beliefs, the same special stories continued to be relayed around the world in different versions. The story of Adam and Eve depicts being cast out of paradise and left to fend for ourselves. In other words, it signifies that God has abandoned us and only visits when absolutely necessary. We encounter the belief in Adam and Eve in almost every mythology, accompanied by figures like the forbidden fruit and the serpent in paradise. When humanity becomes highly advanced or strays from the right path, a great flood occurs, and only the chosen are allowed to survive in the apocalyptic scenario, which continues to manifest under various names such as the Flood of Noah, the Atrahasis epic, or the stories of Gilgamesh and Utnapishtim. Many examples like this can be cited because nearly every mythology is based on similar foundations. They refer to gods and giants descending from the sky, indicating their origin from the stars. The sky has found expression in space. Sirius, sometimes as Sothis, sometimes as Tishtri, or sometimes as Shira in the Quran. Even in ancient drawings and statues, there are references to beings descending from the heavens. Since the source of the gods is the sky, the sun, moon, other planets, and stars were worshipped for a long time. Even when we pray, we raise our hands toward the heavens. When we speak of God, we look up to the sky and also expect salvation from above. Angels are depicted with wings because they come from the sky. The belief that salvation comes from the heavens may also stem from the incredibly beautiful appearance of the night sky when ancient cities were devoid of light. Alternatively, it may be that stories of beings descending from the sky have been exaggerated and embellished over time. We cannot pinpoint the exact source of this, but it is hard to overlook that even in the verses of the Bible, there are mentions of beings who traverse the heavens in spacecraft and observe us. Moreover, all mythologies before Islam featured gods who roamed the earth, almost like parents overseeing us. All these mythologies and religions suggest that the gods are actually aliens, opening a significant door to delve into the depths of the history of beliefs and uncover many unknowns about human history. In conclusion, the discussions between religious leaders and scientists regarding evolution can help us reach a much deeper understanding of humanity's origins. The ancient astronaut theory, when combined with the study of religions and mythologies, can offer new perspectives on the mysteries of human history. Perhaps the deities we all recognize are, in fact, the earliest extraterrestrial visitors in human history, and our past harbors many more secrets about us. In this context, it is essential to further contemplate and discuss the origins, existence, and influence of the gods found in mythologies and religions throughout human history. Perhaps the interactions that took place in the past shaped humanity's current understanding and belief systems. The ancient astronaut theory, beyond being a conspiracy theory, may provide a different perspective on humanity's origins, opening new discussions on how science and religion can intertwine. Ultimately, these explorations and discussions constitute an essential step in humanity's quest to understand its past and existence. The conflict between evolution and mythologies presents an opportunity for humanity to develop a deeper understanding of its own roots. The views of religious leaders and scientists on this subject are, in fact, part of a complex and profound process that prompts humans to question themselves and their existence. With this perspective, focusing on the interactions and beliefs throughout human history may also serve as an important lesson for the future of humanity.